bed. Creeping. What the fuck was that?
And there's chairs. Look, there's 2 chairs. Guys, look, there is literally girl hair right here.
We like to think the wilderness is a place of peace, but for these explorers, the silence was a warning. Tonight, we're diving into 6 documented cases where the line between curiosity and terror completely vanished. Just minutes away from the noise and movement of Atlanta, the concrete suddenly fades into something far more unsettling. A quiet, swampy marsh that feels completely cut off from the modern world. This place is known as Constitution Lakes Park, but those who've walked its trails know it by a different name: the Doll's Head Trail. What used to be an industrial brickyard has transformed into something else entirely. A strange, decaying landscape filled with objects that were never meant to be seen again.
Howdy critters, welcome back to the channel. We are here in a location that actually ain't even part of Appalachia, but I thought was interesting enough to show it off. We are here just a couple minutes from Atlanta, actually, down here in Georgia.
The air here feels heavy, thick with humidity, hanging over still water and mud that seems to swallow everything slowly. Scattered across this wetland are thousands of discarded baby doll heads. Not clean, not intact, but cracked, faded, and stained by time. Some hang from branches. Others are placed carefully along the trail, their hollow eyes fixed outward. What began as an effort to clean up litter slowly turned into something darker. A collection shaped by unknown hands, turning trash into something that feels almost ritualistic.
This trail is owned and created by a man named Joel Slater, I think. Yeah, and there's a whole lot of debris and trash and litter. When he gained ownership of this place and started developing it, he turned all that litter into something that can actually help the nature around it. So he got a big crew, and they started like cleaning up all the litter, picking it up, and instead of just throwing away to be tossed away in some landfill, he brought it here and he started to make like trash art, specifically with all the like little baby doll heads he found around here. And more people started doing it. They would clean up trash and litter they see along the wetland side, and they bring it here into the woods, and they would create art with it in little like trash art exhibits.
Walking deeper into the trail doesn't feel normal. It feels like stepping into something abandoned, but not empty. Plastic limbs rest on logs like markers. Heads stare from unexpected places, positioned just enough to make it feel intentional. What's left behind here isn't just discarded objects. It's a reflection of things forgotten, now reshaped by the swamp into something unsettling.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of creepy stuff I'm talking about. So, it starts right here, and let's get on it. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said it's a marshland. Yeah, it's a big old wetland lake that comes across there. There's a lot of swampy land across this ridge that you would have to wade through a marsh. Yeah, like I said, kind of creepy sometimes, especially during October. Oops. Little by little, the look of the country changes by the people we admire.
Further in, the trail reveals even more. Strange figures like the Mui monkey and the rusted remains of old vehicles and boats, slowly sinking into the mud as if being pulled under. Even with occasional visitors, families, photographers, bird watchers, there's a constant feeling that doesn't go away. A quiet tension, as if the trail changes once the light begins to disappear. As if those thousands of empty eyes aren't just placed there randomly, but waiting. It's a place where nature has taken what was thrown away, pieces of childhood, fragments of memory, and turned them into something still, silent, and deeply unsettling. When the trail goes quiet and nothing moves, are you really the only one walking through it? What started as a quiet van camping trip at a remote reservoir quickly turned into something far more unsettling when Grizzly Gaz and the dog, Fendi, decided to explore a nearby woodland known locally as the Witch's Den. The area carried a reputation, stories, folklore, warnings, but at first it felt like any other stop. With the van set up using a portable power station, a tubular heater, and an electric blanket, the focus stayed on making dinner as night settled in. But something about the woods kept pulling attention, and eventually, curiosity took over.
Heater. We're going to see if this tiny little size is going to be any good for the van. And the kids asked me to go up in the attic and get their electric blankets out. So that's what we're going to be trying tonight as well. Electric blanket. And let's see if we can keep it nice and toasty warm in here all night. Right, are you ready to go into the woods? Come on then. When we come back, we might read a bedtime story.
As the forest was entered, the atmosphere changed almost instantly. The silence felt heavy, unnatural, broken only by wind slipping through the trees and the occasional crack of branches underfoot. It didn't feel empty. It felt occupied. Moving deeper in, strange details began to stand out. Brief flashes of eye shine in the distance, shadows shifting just beyond the reach of the torch, never fully visible, but always present. The tension built quickly, and Fendi's alert behavior made it even harder to ignore. Then it was found, the Witch's Den. Hidden among the trees was a disturbing setup, a 5-pointed star marked on the ground, with bells hanging from branches above. It didn't look abandoned. Fresh cuts on nearby trees, clean, recent marks, suggested someone had been there not long before. In that moment, the stories stopped feeling like folklore and started feeling real.
Check it out. You see the 5-pointed star with bells on it hung up there. There were loads of other bells last time I were here. The last time I camped here anyway. Just rattling about in wind. Don't think we can get in there, mate. I can't squeeze in there anyway. I'm too fat to get in there now. Bit creeped out. Keep hearing stuff, not just...
things escalated near a fire pit deeper in the woods. While standing there, trying to process the scene, a sound broke the silence. A deep, slow, rhythmic breathing coming from somewhere in the darkness. Not wind, not anything small, something big. A light scan revealed it. Massive eye shine staring from behind a dry stone wall. Watching. Still. Then suddenly, another sound echoed through the trees. Something that sounded like a human sneeze. But there was no one visible. No movement. No explanation. With no protection and a growing sense of danger, the decision was made to leave immediately.
Looks like we found the fire pit. And a couple of stumps to boot. Right. I'm just gonna sit down for a minute and see if I can figure out what that noise is. It sounds big, so I think me and Fenzel should get out of here.
Back at the van, things should have felt safer. But the unease didn't go away. While talking about Fendi's health and a recent growling incident at home, the quiet returned. Then suddenly, impact. Something struck the van hard enough to cause a jump. When checked, all that was found was a half-chewed acorn. Small, but thrown with force. From where and by what, it remained unknown.
So then I get up and I get down off the bed and I'm creeping round the bed. Creeping. What the fuck was that? I got a light here. Sounded like the window anyway. There, what's that? There's an half-chewed acorn there.
And just when the night seemed like it couldn't get any stranger, something else happened. A phone check revealed multiple declined notifications. Someone was actively trying to use a bank card, attempting nearly $500 in transactions.
What's this? Right, I can't get any signal down here, but I must have got signal as I was walking round up there. And my bank account there, look. Declined. Argos. $479.99. Someone's trying to use my card.
In a remote area with no signal, it became urgent. With no way to secure the account there, everything was packed up immediately, and the area was left to find service and block the card. What began as a peaceful trip turned into something filled with tension, fear, and unanswered questions. Something in those woods didn't feel right, and it didn't feel alone. Was it all just coincidence? Or did something in the witch's den notice the moment that place was entered? Deep within the wilderness of Little Creek, an investigation into local occult legends quickly shifted from folklore to something far more unsettling. Guided only by a dim floodlight cutting through the trees, the group moved deeper into the forest expecting stories, not evidence. But the deeper they went, the more the atmosphere changed.
We came across some crazy looking stuff. Look at these woods. In those woods, there's a tent over there. Are you not scared?
I look-y want to see.
I look, you want to check it out too, but dude, and there was hair. We saw like hair.
Yeah.
Let's go back and record the hair at least for the video.
No,
Let's just not get stabbed though.
I mean, I'm down to check.
Now we definitely won't go in the tent.
I think I got a 1 right now. I'm like 100%.
You gonna run?
No, I'm a robber.
It must be a homeless person, bro. Like, there is nobody, like...
That's what I'm thinking, bro. Because nobody else will fucking stay,
Yeah,
bro.
nobody would
Unless
do
you're
it.
a fucking witch or some shit. Other
Yeah.
than that, like, I don't fucking
Nah,
know.
but for sure, witches wouldn't even camp out. So that's what I'm thinking, too. Like, it's gonna be, like, a homeless person. Guys, I do want to show you guys his hair. There's, like, we found hair over there.
I just hate that you gave me the spooky light.
Hector, should you go with the floodlight?
You fool that shit. Here, switch.
Hello?
What they eventually found was a makeshift campsite hidden in the darkness. A small tent stood in a clearing, surrounded by 2 chairs and scattered trash. But the details around it changed everything. Near a fire pit lay long strands of hair described as a witch's wig, alongside the remains of a decapitated chicken. Cans hung from nearby branches, and a coconut shell was placed deliberately, almost like a marker or offering. Nothing felt accidental. Everything felt arranged.
And there's chairs. Look, there's 2 chairs. Guys, look, there's literally girl hair right here. Is that real? That looks scary, bro. That's like some witchcraft, like... That's like a witch's hair. Hello? Alright. Let's move forward.
They fought the witch, bro.
Guys, we should not be doing this. Do not try this at home. We're trained professionals.
They gotta have a witch.
Let's go this way.
They're like, there's people just camping out. Anyone in there? Nah, we chill.
Hello?
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just trying to see.
Hello?
Is anyone there?
As the team moved closer, the tension became suffocating. The decision was made to approach the tent. The air around it was heavy, carrying a foul smell that immediately raised concern. There was a real fear of what might be inside. Then, just steps away from the entrance, a low voice suddenly came from within. Not loud, not angry, just close and aware. In that instant, everything changed. Someone had been inside the entire time, silently listening from just inches away in the dark.
Why is there trash everywhere? Should we go? Should we open it? Should we open
It
it?
smells nasty over there.
Is there a dead body in there? Yeah, that's one. But there's a bunch of trash everywhere. Hello? For the content, bro. Hello? Oh. Oh. Oh, just making sure you're okay. You okay? Alright, my bad. Oh my god, there's someone in there. There's someone in there. There's someone in there. So it is a homeless guy. No way. No way we just saw that.
It was just him, no cap.
I don't know. That's enough for me. He's chilling. He's chilling though. That is crazy though. Nah, I can't lie. That's kind of crazy. Why is he there sleeping?
Nah, but what y'all mean he's chill? Look, we've been loud as fuck. He just ignored us that whole time
Until we got really
about to
close.
open that shit. He was probably scared. He thought we were the cops.
As a homeless person,
He probably thought we were the cops, to be honest. He thought we were bullshitting until we got really close.
he probably saw the knife and was like, oh hell no.
Panic followed immediately. There were no vehicles nearby, no clear signs of who or what had set up the campsite, and no explanation for the ritual-like objects surrounding it. What had seemed like abandoned wilderness now felt occupied in a way that didn't make sense. The forest didn't feel empty anymore. It felt shared. Little Creek didn't just feel like a remote location anymore. It felt like a place where stepping in too far meant you were already part of something you didn't understand. When a place looks abandoned but feels watched. How do you know you were ever the first one to arrive? What began as a casual hike through a quiet grove of aspen trees quickly turned into something far more disturbing. While exploring deeper into the wilderness, Tim and a partner came across a strange ecological boundary, an area where a past wildfire had burned through and then abruptly stopped, with no natural transition. The shift in the environment felt unnatural, like something had interrupted the fire itself, leaving behind a place that didn't follow normal rules.
Look at this area. What the heck? Look at this, dude. Everything is flat.
So, look at that. Yeah. See? This whole area. Well, this is actually interesting. Okay, so they're all flat. They all fell down like an avalanche.
Oh.
But that doesn't make sense because it's a complete circle.
I know what it is.
What?
It's where the plane came and dropped its water. Because look, this tree's on fire.
Oh.
Was on fire.
I can see that.
And because of how everything is...
The camera see that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
You see how everything is one way? It's because the plane came above us, dropped it, and everything went that way.
As they moved further in, the scene became even more unsettling. The forest floor was covered with fallen trees, arranged in a near-perfect circle, something that didn't match any natural pattern. At first, they tried to explain it. Maybe a firefighting aircraft had dropped water in a concentrated zone, but the explanation didn't hold. Then they noticed something worse. The forest had gone completely silent. Despite hearing birds and wildlife just minutes earlier down the road, this ravine was entirely devoid of sound. No wind, no insects, nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting. This place feels... It's just when you're here, it just feels different, doesn't it?
It feels very eerie and creepy, like the quiet creepy.
It is really quiet. I hear no birds.
I know.
There isn't. Listen. There's not a single bird sound around here. You know, it's kind of funny because we got out of the car, about 15 minutes down the road, and those birds were chirping.
No,
like
they
that.
were. The squirrels were going, the birds were chirping.
It's interesting how it's just so dead around here.
That silence didn't last. Suddenly, a voice echoed from deep within the ravine, a desperate cry for help. It sounded human, urgent, and close enough to follow. Without wasting time, they began descending the steep and rocky terrain to find the source. As they moved lower, they discovered fresh human footprints pressed into the ground, and strange wooden structures leaning against trees, placed too deliberately to be random. Everything pointed to someone being there recently. But just as quickly as the voice had appeared, it stopped. Completely. The cries vanished, replaced once again by a heavy, unnatural stillness. That's when the situation changed.
So shh. Did you hear that?
I thought I heard a help.
Just like... Okay, wait, I'm coming down here just a little bit. You hear anything?
No, I don't hear anything yet.
Okay, I swear, I heard it sounded like someone down there yelled.
I heard some over here.
Wait.
No, I heard it over there.
Yeah, there's someone down there. There's someone down there. I heard it down. I think it was coming
So
down.
I heard one here, and then I just heard one over here.
It could have been an echo, made it sound like it was over there, or over here. I don't know.
But it sounded like...
Wait. Okay, I heard it again.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hey,
It sounded like it's from over there.
it sounds like help.
Okay, either it's echoing. That seriously sounded like two of them.
So what if he's hollering from down there, it's going to echo up to here.
Huh.
See, now if I heard it from here and then automatically hear it from there, then I'll know there was like two of them. But I just hear that one.
I think it was echoing, but it really almost sounded like two voices.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from
But
there.
I think it's coming from there.
Using an elevated camera to scan through the dense brush below, they searched for any sign of the person who had called out. Instead, they heard something else. Low, guttural growls echoing from the same direction. The sound didn't match any known animal in the area. It felt controlled, deliberate, like something aware of their presence. In that moment, it became clear. They were no longer searching for someone in need. They were being watched. With daylight fading and the tension rising fast, they made the only decision that made sense. Leave immediately. Abandoning the search, they climbed out of the ravine as quickly as possible, leaving whatever was down there behind them. If you heard someone calling for help in a place where everything else had gone completely silent, would you go toward it or trust your instincts and walk away? A solo nighttime investigation into an abandoned hotel quickly escalated into a tense and chaotic escape after the location proved to be far more active and possibly monitored than expected. The building was widely known for extremely negative reviews, including claims of danger, poor management, and financial disputes, with some suggesting a lingering negative energy contributed to its closure.
Where tonight I am heading out alone to an abandoned hotel which has got some really bad reviews on it. Like, this place was so bad. I'm going to run you through some of the reviews in a minute, but also there is some reports of it actually being haunted, so that is the reason why I'm heading out here tonight. I have got to scope it out a little bit because I am led to believe that there is actually a camera on here. One of the ones that shouts, you are being monitored or whatever. Don't actually know if it is connected and alerting someone, but I do know that the police have been out to someone here.
From the surrounding woods, motion sensor lights flickered around the property, and fresh security signage suggested recent human presence. A talking surveillance camera warning that users were being monitored added to the suspicion that the site was still under observation. Despite this, entry was made through an open window.
What I'd like to do is get around the back. So I imagine if there is a camera, it will be at the front. Hopefully they're not all the way around. This garden's looking pretty fresh. I'm not actually sure when it closed down as a hotel. But yeah, all this looks pretty fresh, doesn't it? Like freshly trimmed and mowed. I know you can't see much, I just got to keep my light off for a minute. Right, I can see a way in, there's a window open there. Let's just walk around this way and see if any more lights come on. Yeah, over here there's a window open. What's been going on here? Man, this is creepy. I'll try and get in there. What was that? Right then guys, I'm in. I wasn't sure whether that floor was safe or not, because that is quite a drop down there.
Once inside, the atmosphere changed immediately. The building felt unstable and active, with heavy footsteps echoing from the upper floors and repeated loud banging moving through the corridors. The sounds were consistent enough to suggest coordinated movement above.
Hello? That was footsteps. That was knocking upstairs. Another bang. I swear there's someone up there.
As the exploration continued upward, evidence of modern electronic equipment connected to Wi-Fi was discovered, strongly implying the building was still being remotely monitored or partially operational. This discovery shifted the situation from exploration into something far more uncertain. Moments later, external movement changed everything. The sound of a vehicle approaching and bright torches sweeping across the exterior indicated that authorities had arrived on site. The investigation was no longer about what was inside. It was now about getting out unnoticed.
Someone's here, guys. I've got to get out.
A rapid escape followed. The investigator exited through a window and moved through overgrown gardens, unstable terrain, and open fields in complete darkness. The environment forced a full sprint through unknown ground while trying to avoid detection. During the escape, blue flashing lights were seen reflecting near the hotel gates, confirming police presence.
Jesus Christ, guys. Going through the friggin' jungle here. I don't think there's anyone following me. Right, look at this, guys. I've got to keep my light down. I don't know if you can make it out. We're running on one lumen here.
Although the paranormal claims remained unverified, the experience was intensified by persistent reports of footsteps and voices following through the building right up until the final moments inside. When a place feels both watched and abandoned at the same time, how do you know which one is real? In a late-night investigation deep inside an abandoned nursing home, Jeremy and Zach entered a place with a layered and unsettling past. Originally known as German Camp in the 1800s, the location later became a settlement before being converted into a geriatric facility where an estimated 3,000 deaths were recorded. From the moment they arrived, the atmosphere felt wrong, heavy, oppressive, and intensified by a driving rainstorm that seemed to deepen the sense of unease. Inside, the structure felt endless. Boiler rooms, long corridors, and upper residential wards stretched into silence, broken only by disturbing sounds, sliding footsteps echoing through hallways, and at one point, a backpack violently knocked over by an unseen force. The building didn't feel empty. It felt active.
Water dripping. So last time I was here, my demon card was in that freezer.
Oh, great.
I was here by myself.
I wouldn't have been.
I guess it's just second nature to me. Alright. Oh, another thing, when we get shining towards windows, let's try to avoid shining towards windows out. So it doesn't. Sometimes when I go through abandoned places, I have red lights.
That's interesting.
My backpack just fell over. That, like, there's no reason why I should have done that.
Spirit, did you knock over the backpack?
I know that you guys didn't see it on camera, but I know you heard that go.
When the spirit communication began, things escalated quickly. Multiple entities responded through the device, identifying themselves as Mildred, Robert, and Bram. One presence, Mildred, claimed to still visit family, while the tone of the session shifted into something far more serious. Warnings began appearing. Messages like, "Don't trust the bad ones," "Shot," and most disturbingly, "Run now." It no longer felt like random responses. It felt like urgency.
We're just visiting you. I know you've been here a long time, probably.
Mildred.
Mildred, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Mildred. Mildred, is it okay that we are here with you right now? Mildred, can you tell me how you passed away? What happened?
I still visit my family.
It's very good, Spirit. And you keep visiting your family. They miss you.
Family is everything.
It is everything.
My life was short. It's me, I'm here.
Spirit, sweet.
Are we talking to multiple people here now as we're walking down passing these rooms?
Nana.
Nana's, that makes sense, nursing home.
Doctor.
Doctor has been said multiple times.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Run now.
Run now. Why do we want to run?
1200s.
1200s. Does that mean like date? Is that a date? Do you want to hold this?
You are protected.
It said we are protected.
Do you believe in us?
Yes. You heard that down there, right?
Yeah.
Look to the right.
Are you in here?
We love communicating.
I can tell.
You are talented.
Wow.
Fighting.
We're not fighting.
There's no way fighting there.
See my shadow.
Where's your shadow at?
Bench.
On the bench. Where's the bench?
You are nice.
Thank you. You're nice too.
They hear me scream.
They hear you scream.
As the session continued, the psychological pressure intensified. Both investigators began experiencing sudden waves of nausea, dizziness, and disorientation. Zach described the feeling as being enclosed, like the space itself was closing in. The sense of being watched grew stronger with every passing minute. At one point, Jeremy attempted mirror gazing inside a pitch-black bathroom, staring into his own reflection in complete darkness. The experience quickly turned unsettling, as his face appeared to distort, almost disappearing or shifting into something unfamiliar during the stare. The act itself seemed to deepen the instability of the environment.
Or Robert, or anybody else in this facility, can you show yourself to me in this mirror?
It happened here.
What happened here?
Guys, maybe you'll see something that I don't see. I'm going to try to block this light. Still need the light, but I'm going to try to block it to where it's not showing a gaze. There you go. Let me know if you guys see anything. I'm going to gaze into this mirror.
I think we had another one, buddy.
Another
Yeah, it says Bram.
Bram? Robert, Bram, Mildred.
We know you're in spirit.
I'm not gonna, I feel like, no, I feel like I should not keep doing
I
that.
gotta go. I'm not dizzy as fuck.
You getting dizzy?
I'm just
We're gonna, so I'm gonna leave this on while we kind of walk through a little bit.
The situation reached a breaking point when the spirit box became frantic. Messages repeated in rapid succession. It's time to leave. The final moments captured a heavy, lingering sensation moving through the hallway behind them, like something refusing to let go as they left the building behind. When a place warns you to leave, do you think it's trying to protect you or making sure you don't leave alone? This video documents a solo overnight expedition to a remote and nearly inaccessible Austrian military cemetery dating back to World War I. The narrator travels deep into the mountains, 14 miles from the nearest civilization, to investigate claims of paranormal activity occurring between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. The site is historically significant as the final resting place of soldiers who were reportedly executed in their sleep on September 30th, 1916, and buried without headstones or markers.
I set out for this place at sunset, planning to spend the night there completely alone and capture everything that might happen between 1 and 3 a.m. Finding this mysterious cemetery wasn't easy. The nearest sign of civilization is about 14 miles away, and the entire path leads through mountains. The scariest part? A deep, empty forest. No trails, no signs, no cell service. You're walking blind. The first thing that worried me was whether I'd make it there before dark to set up camp.
The journey involves a 6-hour hike through dense wilderness with no cell service or established trails. Upon arriving at sunset, the narrator describes the heavy atmosphere of the unmarked burial site, noting that previous visitors have reported hearing whispers, moans, and seeing shadowy figures reliving the moments of their death.
And right now, in this pitch-black forest, completely alone, surrounded by graves, Every rustle feels like something moving, watching. I know it's probably just in my head, but that doesn't make it any less terrifying.
Despite expressing initial skepticism, the narrator sets up camp alone to document any anomalies during the peak hours of reported activity. During the investigation, the narrator captures the oppressive silence of the forest, punctuated by small rustles that heighten the tension of the environment. After a short period of rest, the narrator begins a sweep of the area with the camera. The highlight of the footage occurs during the post-investigation editing process, where the narrator discovers an unexplained audio capture, a series of breathy whispers or voices recorded during the night.
I only slept for half an hour before grabbing my camera to investigate, and during editing, I accidentally caught something.
The video concludes with the narrator departing the site immediately at sunrise, reflecting on the unsettling nature of the location. This investigation features Mox, who conducts a solo overnight camp in a remote woodland area known for historical UFO sightings, cryptid reports, and paranormal activity. The location was selected following reports of disembodied voices and shadow figures witnessed by local photographers. Mox utilizes a Spirit Talker app, an EVP recorder, and a trail camera to monitor the environment throughout the night. Upon entering the forest, the investigator identifies significant wildlife presence, specifically deer tracks, but notes a high level of isolation from civilization. During the initial setup of the campsite, Mox reports an oppressive atmosphere and documents audible knocking sounds originating from the nearby brush.
Right. I'm literally sat trying to finish my noodles. And to me right, look at here. I don't know, it's like a groaning noise. But it sounded like it was coming from a person. Like going, Okay. It's freaking odd, wasn't it? Should we put the Spirit Talker on whilst we're eating? Should we just give it a go? Can't hurt, can it? Getting a noise over there. Okay, is there somebody out here? If there is, would you like to step forward, come and speak to me here tonight? I'm here to communicate with you.
Ralph.
Ralph. Well, hello, Ralph.
Ralph, is it you that people have seen out here?
He further observes a figure moving across a stagnant stream, approximately 50 yards from his position. The figure appears to monitor the camp before retreating into the tree line.
I might write down. I don't know if you can see. It was like somebody's walking through the woods over there. You might be able to see it every now and then. I could hear something, like talking. I'm just hoping the camera picks it up. Looks like they come this way and walked all the way around. They were on the other side of that water. And then they started walking this way. Then they started walking down this way. So I just sat at the camp thinking fair enough. Then they got so close and then they started walking off. Then they keep walking back towards and they keep walking back off again. So there's somebody else out here. Or something else anyway. I reckon it's a person. It was just weird. Okay, you're going to get people walking through, but the movement that they were doing, like walking past, stopping, coming back a little bit, walked over, I don't know how. There must be a way further up there that you can cross, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I seen them coming this way, then they come so far, stopped and started walking off, then started coming back, and it's like, maybe they're intrigued because I've got the tent and that out. Possibly.
While positioned inside the tent, the investigator documents the sound of bipedal footsteps circling the immediate perimeter. This session is punctuated by a physical thud against the tent wall, though no source is identified upon immediate inspection.
It's not there, and it sounds like somebody on 2 feet. See what I mean? I'm gonna have to open this just so I can see outside. That sounds like something, doesn't it? Like do. Right, let's do a bit of spirit talker. Was that you outside the tent just now?
Gladys.
Gladys. Right, let's do that. Let's go for a walk, because there's some weird stuff. Liam. Right, that sounded like it was right freaking next to me, not too, just outside the tent here. Let's go and check it. That sounded like it come from this way.
During a perimeter sweep of the forest, Mox records a rapid running sound, consistent with a bipedal gait, moving through dense brush towards his location.
Oh, that tree scared the life out of me. Right. I think I'm going to do another one of those EVPs. The only thing is, the motorway is still quite loud, even though it's quite a distance away from where we are. It's a good mile away from here. The strangest thing is, this place is supposedly full of wildlife, like deers and all sorts.
May I touch you?
No, you cannot touch me.
I've been trapped here.
You've been trapped here. And the thing is, earlier on, we've seen deer tracks all over the place. Even where I'm camping now, there's a few deer tracks. Fuck was that? Sounded like something near the tent.
3.
Are you watching me? Hear that running? That sounded like it was two legs. I can't get over.
Additionally, faint, non-avian whistling is captured on audio. In the early morning hours, the investigator observes a stationary, unidentified light in the sky that does not correlate with known flight paths or aircraft light patterns.
Just lay here with my eyes closed. I've not been able to sleep at all. It's going on 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. And I heard that walking again, like somebody going through the brambles. But then I heard talking. Was a light in the sky then? Is there? I can't properly see it because of the trees, but it's there. It's not a plane. I don't know what that is. But that then, this side, that sounds like tree knocking.
This observation coincides with tree knocking sounds and heavy movement recorded near the stationary trail camera. The investigation concludes at 5:43 a.m. The investigator reports a consistent state of hypervigilance and a lack of safety, resulting in only 1 hour of sleep. Key findings include a high frequency of relevant spirit talker responses and multiple instances of unexplained physical movement in the woods. Mox vacates the premises immediately at sunrise. This video comes from an outdoor exploration group investigating a strange concrete slab hidden deep in nature, surrounded by bamboo, stone structures, and carved markings. The location already feels unnatural, as if something was placed there intentionally in a place it shouldn't exist. Right away, the atmosphere feels off. The team arrives at a large concrete slab in the middle of nowhere, with stone monolith-like structures nearby. They describe the place as creepy and unusually silent, with no normal wildlife sounds. Even the air feels still, almost controlled.
All right, so we found this really weird concrete slab in the middle of nowhere, super bizarre. And there's these two like stone monoliths right here. So Carl said to try standing between them, so we're gonna see what happens. Dude, this is weird.
As they move deeper into the area, they notice strange formations, symbols, carved rocks, and a circular layout that looks intentionally designed. One member mentions it could be related to something ritualistic or unknown, as if the land itself had been altered or used for something in the past. The tension increases when they enter a darker section of the forest.
You first. Is there an entrance? Oh, right now. Let's do it.
It's like some burned out part of the cabin.
That's not too bad.
It's almost like whatever it used to be, they restacked it like it used to be used for something else.
Yeah. There's like nothing else around. Little aspen forest over there.
What's that?
That aspen forest over there is creepy.
Suddenly, both of them notice something unusual in the distance. What looks like glowing eyes watching from the rocks above.
Where?
You were pointed right at it. Go up higher, up higher. See the eyes? To the right? Right there. It's like, see, there's the big boulders, and then up higher.
Well, I can clearly see them on the night vision. Look at the eyes looking. I'm gonna zoom in on it. Something's on the rocks watching us right there, look. Oh. Oh, there it is, see? What is it? See that? That light on the rocks.
At first it appears stationary, almost like it is observing them rather than reacting to their presence. When they focus their light, the shape seems to shift or disappear briefly, then reappear again in a slightly different position. This creates the feeling that whatever it is actively tracking them rather than just being an animal.
Yeah, something was up there watching us, for real. It's like spying on it. There it is, there it is. There it is. Oh, right there. It's still there. It moved to the right a little bit. There. Oh, it's still peeking at us. What the hell is that, dude? And this is what's creepy. That's up where we were crawling around. That's up where we were hearing that woman, the whisper of that woman's voice.
As they continue walking, they begin connecting the experience to earlier strange sounds they heard in the area, including what sounded like a woman's voice and unexplained flashes of light. The feeling of being followed becomes stronger, as if something is moving ahead of them on the trail. Deeper into the site, they discover more strange carvings, figures with unusual proportions, symbol-like markings, and rock arrangements that look intentionally placed. The designs give off the impression of something ritualistic or symbolic, possibly representing figures, deities, or unknown beings.
It came off.
The whole top of the rock and everything is just covered all the way around, even the backside.
Wonder what made this so significant. Like if
it's like a goat, a big bullseye with another goat above it. That triangle's
that triangle's weird. I feel like we're being like actively stalked.
Right? You have that weird feeling too.
Yeah.
We got like a figure here with his arms up with 3 fingers out, and then his friend up here like goes here, and then he's there, and then there's all these symbols.
That to me looks like a
At this point, both of them openly admit they feel like they are being watched. The environment feels alive in a way that is hard to explain, as if the location itself reacts to their presence. This video follows a solo explorer returning to a quiet woodland after a recent storm, mainly to check his cameras. At first, everything seems normal, until he notices something that immediately feels wrong. Deep in the mud, he finds a large footprint, not his. The size is bigger than his own foot, clearly human, and recent enough to stand out. As he looks closer, he finds more impressions nearby, confirming someone has been in this area without him knowing.
I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. My BK2 next to it. It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out, but that looks like a toe as well. My God.
There's another impression up there as well. But this is seriously something worth noting.
From that moment, the tone shifts. He admits this is the first real physical evidence he's had of someone else being there, and it visibly unsettles him. Instead of staying, he decides to set up a live camera, one he can monitor remotely, aimed directly at the tracks, hoping to catch whoever or whatever is coming through.
I think the best bet is to get my live camera, the one that I can pick up on the phone, which I put in a few weeks ago at a different location in the woodland. I'm going to go there now, retrieve that camera and program it onto one of these trees and get a reception, make sure it's working good on the phone, and then I can keep an eye on this area, even at home in my bed.
But even while setting it up, something feels off. He describes a sudden wave of anxiety, saying he feels jittery for no clear reason. The woods are quiet, but not in a comforting way. Every sound feels amplified.
So we are live. I'll be able to control this from the comfort of my own settee at home. We've got a blue light on there. That's showing me that's got plenty of signal. If you don't mind now, I'm going to get out of here because I've just got a really bad feeling all of a sudden.
For 3 years, one object stood at the center of it all: the Annabelle doll. It wasn't meant to be haunted, just a simple Halloween prop. But something in that house, perhaps the ley lines beneath it, seemed to latch onto her. She became the focus of everything that followed. They had tried to get rid of her once before, taking her out onto the water with a plan to chain her to a cinder block and send her to the bottom of the river. But the ranch resisted. The boat began taking on water. The motor failed, and in the chaos, the chain and block disappeared into the depths. Somehow, the doll remained.
Oh my God, Sonny, dude. Don't move, stop.
Why does it do that?
No. Piece of shit. See you later, Annabelle. Oh, dude. Are you me? Did you not wrap the chain around her?
I thought you were doing it.
No, I told you to do it. I had the brick. I wrapped it around the brick. Are you shitting me? Sonny.
Where's the paddle? Can we get it back?
No,
Can we get it back?
It's like 12 feet deep. Sonny.
Bro.
Come on, man. Oh, come. The whole thing about this video was we were gonna mafia style Annabelle and you... Oh.
With no other choice, they brought her back to where it all began. Using the skid steer, a grave was dug, deep enough to bury whatever had attached itself to her. But as the final layer of dirt was about to be pushed over, the machine suddenly locked up. A piece of equipment used countless times, now frozen, flashing an error no one had ever seen before. Engine start inhibited. Still, they finished the burial.
Bye, bitch.
Okay. I got a couple words that I'd like to say to Annabelle. I've thought about this. I was gonna do it in the boat out there until Sonny, messed up the block and the chain, but we won't go there or anything. We gather here today not in sadness, but in mild relief. Friends, family, whatever followed us here, we're here to lay rest to Annabelle, the bitch. Had to add that little word in there. She was a doll who never paid rent, never said thank you, and somehow still managed to be the most high maintenance thing on this entire property. Annabelle just wasn't a doll, she was a problem. A small fabric covered, demonically inclined, mentally ill problem. Knocked on walls when nobody was there. She moved when nobody touched her. I swear on my life, not bullshitting you, this is no bullshit. The skid steer will not start. I punched my code in and it said inhibit engine start. I swear on my life. What?
Something just hit the water.
Let me recycle the power. You see what I mean? Listen.
You got to turn the key on, don't you?
It says inhibit engine start.
Good fucking riddance.
They said their goodbyes, not with sadness, but with relief. They believed it was finally over. It wasn't. The moment they stepped back inside, the atmosphere shifted. The air felt heavy, provoked. The spirit box erupted with frantic, overlapping voices. The curse of 7. Never leaving. In the kitchen, the wooden Annabelle box was found shattered from the inside out. The second doll was gone. Then the activity turned violent. In the pentagram room, a heavy dresser was shoved across the floor by something unseen, nearly crushing Sonny. He was left bleeding, his arm cut open, his body shaken.
Like this.
During moments of weakness.
During moments of weakness. You shit yourself, didn't you? Did a little bit of shit come out?
No, dude.
It sounded wet. And it could have just been because it's a little, what the fuck is that?
Something's fucked up.
Your follower.
Your follower.
Dude,
be honest. Did you shit yourself?
No, I didn't shit myself. My stomach's all fucked up now.
If you're gonna be doing any of that shit, I ain't.
Binoculars game.
Binoculars game. What the fuck, bro? You get sick. Don't you? Ow! What the fuck? Ah! Oh my fucking god! Bro, the fucking thing moved! Are you good? Are you good? Sonny, get up!
What was that?
I don't fucking know, bro! I don't fucking know! Shit! What the fuck, man? Shit! Bro!
Dude, it's like something hit me in the fucking back!
Go! What the fuck, dude? Ow! Ow! Fuck! I pinched my mother finger!
You alright?
Fuck. I pinched on this stupid ass green box.
Dude, what the hell was that?
I don't have a fucking clue, Sonny. Don't have a clue.
Dude, it was like
It felt like I was got fucking shot.
This wasn't just paranormal anymore. This was an attack. As the night stretched on, the house no longer felt like a building. It felt alive. Heavy footsteps thundered across the second floor, fast and deliberate. Then, in the kitchen, a decorative globe lifted into the air and slammed to the ground with a force that left their ears ringing. That...
I don't see no raccoon.
Oh! What the fuck?
Ah, shit!
You good?
Oh,
what the
ears.
fuck?
Oh, shit!
Dude! Get the fuck out of here. Bro, the globe just exploded. The globe just launched in the air.
Oh, fuck, dude.
What the fuck?
It was the moment the truth became unavoidable. They hadn't been investigating the ranch. The ranch had been watching them. In the final hours, they retreated to the camper, staring out at the pines and the dirt road that had brought them there years before. Leaving wasn't easy, but staying was no longer an option. The ranch had made its point. They knew it was time to let go. So the question remains, when they finally left that ranch behind, did something leave with them? Deep in the darkness beside a remote creek, whispers of something unnatural have begun to spread. Locals speak of shadowy figures, humanoid shapes that rise from the water and disappear into the streets above without a trace. Drawn by these stories, the investigator made his way down a narrow rock ledge path under the cover of night. It looked like the perfect fishing spot, yet something felt off. There were no signs of life, no gear, no footprints, nothing to suggest anyone had been there recently. Just silence. That silence didn't last. The moment he reached the water's edge, the atmosphere shifted. The air felt heavier, as if the environment itself was reacting to his presence. Then, without warning, an owl shattered the stillness. But this wasn't normal behavior. It screamed, loud, frantic, almost aggressive. And it didn't stop. Even when a flashlight beam hit it directly, it didn't fly away. It just stayed there, watching, reacting to something unseen.
Now this looks like a spot a homeless person would be at, to tell you the truth. What in the hell was that? I'm hoping that's just an owl. But we was up that way and it was not making no noise, and now all of a sudden it's going berserk, an owl. And that's where the shadow supposedly was seen, straight across the creek. That is creepy.
That's when he noticed the footprints. Fresh boot prints, pressed deep into the mud. Clear, recent, and not his. They led toward the water and stopped. No return tracks, no explanation. In a place this isolated, at this hour, there shouldn't have been anyone else.
What are all those prints? Somebody's been down here, because I haven't walked this far, and there's boot prints right there. And those are fresh. Fresh. I hope I do not walk up on somebody down here. I'm not walking that way. I'm going to go up here and walk. I mean, you got this nice dry spot up here. Why is somebody walking down that way? Hello? Anybody here? This is another opened up spot down here. I have a feeling I'm about to walk up on somebody. Those fresh boot prints. I just have that feeling that I'm not alone. I don't know which one's better. Paranormal or people.
The realization settled in quickly. He wasn't alone. And whatever had been there might still be close. Then he found the tunnel. Dark, narrow, and stretching into the woods like an open mouth waiting to swallow anything that entered. Every instinct warned him to stay away. Yet something about it felt connected to the stories, like this was where it all began, or where it ended. Moments later, he saw something that stopped him cold. Tracks. Not human, not animal, at least nothing familiar. They were massive, roughly the size of a human hand, with a narrow heel and 4 or 5 long toes, ending in deep claw marks. Whatever made them was large and powerful. But the most disturbing detail wasn't the size, it was the placement. One of the prints was stamped directly over his own boot mark, fresh, meaning it had stepped there after him. It was following him.
I don't see no more. What is that? That's a weird looking track. Let's see if I can hold the light in the camera. Right there is round. And there's toes. Let's see, there's a toenail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that thing's huge. I don't know what that would be. That's a little scary. I have no idea what that one would have been.
Then everything escalated. From somewhere in the darkness above the creek, something moved, and a rock came crashing down into the water just feet from where he stood. Then another. Then freshly snapped sticks were thrown from the tree line, landing all around him. This wasn't random. It was controlled, intentional.
This place is kind of creepy. My hair is standing up. What I want to know is I've never in my... Now something hit the rock and hit the water.
He tried to locate the source, but there was nothing. No visible movement, no clear sound beyond the impacts. He wasn't exploring anymore. He was being hunted. So the question remains, if something was tracking his every step in real time, was it ever really out of sight? This video follows a solo investigator returning to a haunted farm right after a massive blizzard, completely alone. His usual partner isn't there, and from the start, the place already feels wrong. The trees are damaged, the power is out across the area, and the entire property looks abandoned and unstable.
Hell with it, don't even care. So long story short, I'm here at the Pocomoke Ranch. I pull right in the driveway here, and we had a blizzard, and I can't lie, them damn trees are scary as hell. If somebody came running through there right now, I probably wouldn't be surprised. But I don't have my partner in crime tonight, Sonny, because Sonny is snowed in at his house, like completely snowed in at his house. So it's just me tonight here at the farm. I came to check on it, number one, and number two, potentially piss off the spirits back there at the farm. Wind just picked up a little bit.
As he makes his way down the driveway, something strange stands out almost immediately. Sections of melted snow, revealing what looks like an old brick path he never noticed before. It feels out of place, like something hidden is being uncovered.
But one thing I will say is some areas of snow have melted where others haven't. It's really weird. I don't know. What the hell? That's strange. What is that? What the fuck? There's bricks here. It's like a brick. Have I never noticed there's a brick driveway here? Look at that. They're literally uncovering a brick driveway. There's no way that the farm has a brick driveway, and I've never known that. And why am I just finding this now? This is insane. Okay, maybe it's just... That's really weird. Bricks there, bricks here, then it stops. It's just like a weird... I don't know, that's a little strange, but yeah, anyway, like I was saying, trees are down. Gonna have to move some of this stuff, and there's power outages everywhere right now in Delaware. I mean, like everywhere.
Not long after, the first unsettling moment hits. He suddenly hears a loud noise in the distance, something sharp and unnatural enough to stop him mid-sentence.
I don't know. Possibilities are endless, but that is where, when I say the possibilities, I don't know what that noise was, but that was loud.
Then, a second moment. What he describes as the sound of someone clapping, even though he's completely alone.
Folks, we're almost almost to the farm. But I also thought about, you know, potentially, what the fuck? That was weird. Somebody clapped their hands. Alright, I got my gut out. Never mind. It sounded like somebody clapped their hands. Lock the door. Alright, let's try to get around these trees here.
But everything changes when he finally gets closer to the house. He freezes. In one of the windows, he sees what looks like a figure, something he refers to as Annabelle.
Oh man! Annabelle's in the damn window! Oh my gosh! Get the hell out of here.
Just standing there, watching. At the same time, he notices what appear to be footprints on the roof, even though the snow around the house is mostly untouched.
Is that footprints on the roof? Look at that! That's footprints on the roof, y'all.
From this point on, the tension doesn't drop. He refuses to go inside. Instead, he uses a spirit app, and the responses quickly turn unsettling. Words like, voices are heard, frustrate, and let's play a game come through, making the situation feel less random and more directed at him.
Alright, I'm back. Any of you spirits recognize me out here?
Pictures fall.
Pictures fall. Maybe that's what was going on in there. There's pictures or something falling.
During times of crisis.
During times of crisis. I hope it's not a crisis right now.
Have you been here before?
Have you been here before? Yeah, I've been here before. You not recognize me? I literally own the property. Probably been here 300, 400 times.
No to all.
No to all. Maybe, it almost sounds like the spirits are talking amongst themselves instead of, like, talking to me.
At one point, the app seems to reference something inside the house, possibly moving, possibly watching. He keeps asking if he should enter, but never gets a clear answer, only more cryptic responses. The most intense moment comes near the end. While standing outside, he hears something move inside the house, and then the door itself shifts slightly, as if something on the other side is reacting to him.
Anybody in there? Hello? The fucking door just moved on me. That fucking door. False. What's that mean? Oh. Is anybody gonna come to the door and answer or what? Oh! Shit! Nah! Simulation. What the hell does that mean?
That's when he stops, completely. By the end, he backs off from the property, clearly shaken. He admits this is one of the most uncomfortable experiences he's had, feeling surrounded, watched from every direction, and unsure of what was actually inside the house. Nothing is clearly proven, but the figure in the window, the footprints on the roof, the strange responses, and the movement inside the house make this one feel far more intense than a normal investigation. This video comes from a live stream style paranormal investigation, where the creator records strange, unexplained activity during nighttime exploration, using normal camera and night vision footage. Almost immediately, he starts hearing unusual clacking sounds, like rocks tapping together in the distance.
Clicking.
As he continues observing, things begin to escalate. A strange shadow appears in the footage, something that doesn't match his light source. It moves independently, shifting left, up, and down in a way that doesn't behave like a normal reflection or object. When he slows the footage down, he claims to see a humanoid-like figure above the camera angle, partially hidden and distorted, almost as if it is watching from above.
Somebody made a timestamp with this shadow and I cannot figure out what it is. Look at that. It doesn't match my light. It's moving on its own. Watch again. I'll repeat it. It goes to the left, up, and down, and that's not what... What is that red face? What is that?
The situation becomes more unsettling when he hears repeated clicking sounds again, followed by movement in the dark area ahead of him. He tries to shine his light in that direction, but visibility is limited, and whatever is making the noise seems to stay just out of full view.
I hear clacking, like tapping, rock clacking.
As the recording continues, he notices sudden movement in trees and objects shifting in ways that don't seem natural. At one point, he even questions whether something physically moved or stepped back into the darkness when his light hit it.
Why will the light penetrate that? Did that just leave? I gotta rewind that because it looked like it. Why will the light penetrate that? Did that just leave? I gotta rewind that because it looked like it ducked.
The tension increases further when he believes something is very close by. He shines his light into a dense area and claims a tree or object appears to move. Soon after, he hears more clicking sounds again, reinforcing the idea that something is nearby and actively reacting to him.
Guys, that tree. Hello? That's too close. I don't think so. That tree just moved. I can toss one over there. Something just dropped. There's movement over there. Oh. Clicking.
Later, while reviewing footage, he repeatedly points out a strange shadow figure that appears above camera level. In slowed and zoomed footage, he claims to see facial features, eyes, nose, and even a mouth that seems to open unnaturally.
Live stream highlights, and I saw this and I am blown away because I don't know if the thermal camera didn't pick it up in front of it, but watch this. I'll play it original and then I'll slow it down and brighten it up. This is nuts. Got one. Guys, right there. Got him. You see him? He's right down there. He got his little face there. He's got one eyebrow cocked up. Like, what are you doing? Gordon, hope you like the night vision I sent you. That's what I'm using, man. Thank you. I love it. Now, most of you probably already picked up on it, but here we go. I slow it down in that circle right there above the camera. It's not coming on the camera, but he's above the camera. But watch this. There's his eyes, his nose. He's moving. At some point, he opens his mouth real weird, and I rewind it back because it's creepy. Right there. I don't know what it is. Now I'm gonna freeze frame it.
He is unsure whether it is a creature, distortion, or something else entirely, but he finds it deeply disturbing. He describes it as possibly a Bigfoot-like or dogman type entity, or something unknown, as the shape appears to shift and disappear between frames. In some moments, it is clearly visible, while in others, it completely vanishes from the same position. This video follows a solo explorer returning to a quiet woodland after a recent storm, mainly to check his cameras. At first, everything seems normal, until he notices something that immediately feels wrong. Deep in the mud, he finds a large footprint, not his. The size is bigger than his own foot, clearly human, and recent enough to stand out. As he looks closer, he finds more impressions nearby, confirming someone has been in this area without him knowing.
I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. My BK2 next to it. It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out, but that looks like a toe as well. My God. There's another impression up there as well. But this is seriously something worth noting.
From that moment, the tone shifts. He admits this is the first real physical evidence he's had of someone else being there, and it visibly unsettles him. Instead of staying, he decides to set up a live camera, one he can monitor remotely, aimed directly at the tracks, hoping to catch whoever or whatever is coming through.
I think the best bet is to get my live camera, the one that I can pick up on the phone, which I put in a few weeks ago at a different location in the woodland. I'm going to go there now, retrieve that camera and program it onto one of these trees and get a reception, make sure it's working good on the phone, and then I can keep an eye on this area, even at home in my bed.
But even while setting it up, something feels off. He describes a sudden wave of anxiety, saying he feels jittery for no clear reason. The woods are quiet, but not in a comforting way. Every sound feels amplified.
So we are live. I'll be able to control this from the comfort of my own settee at home. We've got a blue light on there. That's showing me that's got plenty of signal. If you don't mind now, I'm going to get out of here because I've just got a really bad feeling all of a sudden.
Later that night, things escalate. While trying to rest, he suddenly hears something outside, clear enough to make him stop and listen. It sounds like someone moving in the woods nearby, not an animal. Something heavier, something deliberate.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello?
By morning, he leaves early, unsettled, but without answers. Then, days later, the footage comes back. At exactly 4:12 a.m., the camera captures a figure entering the area. The person, or whatever it is, moves strangely, reaching up toward a branch as if trying to grab something. Then, just as quickly, it disappears deeper into the woods.
AM, this figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left-hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? Why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand. Or perhaps it might be someone that has found out I've been putting cameras around to try and catch big cats that we might have here in the UK. They might have found out that I have got some pretty decent information of them.
That's when things stop making sense. If it's just a person, why are they only showing up when he's not there? Why always at night? And why does it line up so closely with the sounds he keeps hearing? By the end, nothing is confirmed. But between the unexplained footprints, the nighttime movement, and the figure caught on camera, the woods no longer feel empty, just watched. This video comes from an outdoor explorer who shares strange and unexplained moments he has experienced while camping and walking alone in remote nature. He explains that if you spend enough time outdoors, you will eventually see or hear things that don't fully make sense, moments you can't easily explain, even to yourself. One of the most chilling experiences happens in an ancient woodland. While walking through dense forest, he suddenly notices a blurred human-like figure high up in a tree.
I'm wading through just a sea of bracken, so naturally my eyes are pulling double time. I'm watching where I step, at the same time looking up at where I'm going. So eyes on the ground, making sure I'm not going to trip on any roots or any deadfall. And when I bring my eyes back up to see where I'm going, that's when something caught my eye. In top left peripheral vision, I look up and I focus. And what I see is like a blur, basically. And as I'm watching this thing, I begin to see an outline of a figure. And this thing is up in a tree. About 3/4 up in this tree. And I see the outline of a head, shoulders, arms, torso, legs. Just like a human, but slender arms and legs, much longer than a human. And I'm watching this thing, and while I'm watching, I notice the forest is dead silent.
The forest goes completely silent as he watches it move between branches. For a moment, he looks away to grab his phone. But when he looks back, the figure is gone, and the forest sound returns like nothing ever happened. Another disturbing night takes place at a campsite. While lying in his tent, he hears strange electrical-like sounds coming from underground. Later, he suddenly finds himself outside the tent without remembering how he got there. Moments after, a bright blue flash appears in the sky, completely unlike lightning or anything natural he knows.
And just a regular day. I set up my tent, I get all my gear out, get organized, make dinner, have ourselves a little campfire, and chill out. And then it's time to bed down. So I get in to my tent and I lay down, and I put my head on my little inflatable pillow. And as I'm laying there with my head on the pillow, I can hear what sounds like electricity, but under the ground. It's super strange stuff. Like, so the inflatable pillow was, amplifying the sound of this, what sounded like an electricity current going under the ground, which had never happened before, never heard it before. And I didn't hear it again. But if you think that's strange, the next strange thing, I happened to wake up and I'm outside of the tent. And I'm kind of kneeling down outside the door of the tent. And I look up in the sky, and the sky is kind of cloudy. There's the moon. You can see the moon kind of as a clouds are just blowing by. It's broken clouds. And I look up in the sky at the moon. I see this flash, blue flash, just not lightning, thunder, or whatever. It was a ball of blue flash, and completely strange. I think it had been maybe 2 or 3 hours had passed since the time I got in the tent, and then all of a sudden I was outside of the tent. Could I have been sleepwalking? I don't sleepwalk. I used to as a kid. As an adult, no, I don't sleepwalk. How I all of a sudden ended up outside of the tent, and then randomly the flash in the sky and the electricity under the ground of an eco campsite completely strange. Completely.
He ends by saying the forest always feels strange, almost alive in a way that cannot be explained. And the most chilling part is that these experiences feel completely real in the moment, but impossible to prove afterward. This video comes from an outdoor exploration group investigating a strange concrete slab hidden deep in nature, surrounded by bamboo, stone structures, and carved markings. The location already feels unnatural, as if something was placed there intentionally in a place it shouldn't exist. Right away, the atmosphere feels off. The team arrives at a large concrete slab in the middle of nowhere, with stone monolith-like structures nearby. They describe the place as creepy and unusually silent, with no normal wildlife sounds. Even the air feels still, almost controlled.
All right, so we found this really weird concrete slab in the middle of nowhere, super bizarre. And there's these two like stone monoliths right here. So Carl said to try standing between them, so we're gonna see what happens. Dude, this is weird.
As they move deeper into the area, they notice strange formations, symbols, carved rocks, and a circular layout that looks intentionally designed. One member mentions it could be related to something ritualistic or unknown, as if the land itself had been altered or used for something in the past. The tension increases when they enter a darker section of the forest.
You first.
Where's you? Is there an entrance? Oh, right now. Let's do it.
It's like some burned out part of the cabin.
That's not too bad.
Oh. It's almost like whatever it used to be, they restacked it like it used to be used for something else.
Yeah. There's like nothing else around. Little aspen forest over there.
What's that?
That aspen forest over there is creepy.
Suddenly, both of them notice something unusual in the distance. What looks like glowing eyes watching from the rocks above.
Where?
You were pointed right at it. Go up higher, up higher. See the eyes? To the right? Right there. It's like, see there's the big boulders and then up higher.
Well, I can clearly see them on the night vision. Look at the eyes looking. I'm gonna zoom in on it. Something's on the rocks watching us right there, look. Oh. Oh, there it is, see? What is it? See that? That light on the rocks.
At first it appears stationary, almost like it is observing them rather than reacting to their presence. When they focus their light, the shape seems to shift or disappear briefly, then reappear again in a slightly different position. This creates the feeling that whatever it is actively tracking them rather than just being an animal.
Yeah, something was up there watching us, for real. It's like spying on it. There it is, there it is. There it is. Oh, right there. It's still there. It moved to the right a little bit. There. Oh, it's still peeking at us. What the hell is that, dude? And this is what's creepy. That's up where we were crawling around. That's up where we were hearing that woman, the whisper of that woman's voice.
As they continue walking, They begin connecting the experience to earlier strange sounds they heard in the area, including what sounded like a woman's voice and unexplained flashes of light. The feeling of being followed becomes stronger, as if something is moving ahead of them on the trail. Deeper into the site, they discover more strange carvings, figures with unusual proportions, symbol-like markings, and rock arrangements that look intentionally placed. The designs give off the impression of something ritualistic or symbolic, possibly representing figures, deities, or unknown beings.
It came off. The whole top of the rock and everything is just covered all the way around, even the backside. I wonder what made this so significant. Like if it's like a goat, a big bullseye with another goat above it. That triangle's weird. I feel like we're being like actively stalked. Right? You have that weird feeling too? Yeah. We got like a figure here with his arms up with 3 fingers out. And then his friend up here like goes here and then he's there and then there's all these symbols. That to me looks like a
At this point, both of them openly admit they feel like they are being watched. The environment feels alive in a way that is hard to explain, as if the location itself reacts to their presence. This video comes from a solo explorer who accidentally gets involved in a missing person case inside a large national nature reserve. He explains that a man named Victor, 28, a photographer who loved traveling alone in nature, went missing just days before his arrival. The official search began, but strangely, nothing was found. While exploring the forest, the narrator discovers an abandoned campsite that looks untouched for days. Something about it immediately feels off, like it was left in a hurry.
Until I accidentally came across a campsite. Judging by its condition, it was clear that no one had been there for several days. That was the moment when everything started to feel off, especially after I found an action camera roughly 1,000 feet from the camp, near the railroad tracks. The footage on it turned out to be extremely disturbing and unsettling.
Not far from there, around the railway tracks under a bridge, he finds a GoPro camera lying on the ground, slightly dirty but still intact. When he checks the footage later, he finds disturbing and confusing recordings belonging to the missing man. Most of the clips are normal or repetitive, but a few moments feel deeply unsettling. Strange noises near the tent, movement outside, and the sense that something or someone is nearby. In the footage, the man appears to hear something outside his tent at night. He steps out to investigate, and after that moment, everything becomes unclear.
Annabelle.
camera is eventually dropped near the railway bridge, suggesting he ran from something in panic before disappearing into the forest. The narrator describes multiple theories: a possible animal attack, someone chasing him, or even something he ran from in fear. But nothing fully explains the situation. Even more disturbing, he finds evidence suggesting the campsite should have already been discovered by search teams, but somehow wasn't. As he continues deeper into the forest following the railway line, the environment becomes more isolated and oppressive. The wind, silence, and endless trees create a strong feeling that he is being watched or followed. Eventually, he admits there is no clear conclusion. The missing person case remains unsolved, and the footage has been handed over to authorities. But what he saw in the recording and what he felt in the forest leaves more questions than answers.